Hey, it's Sam. Today we're talking about the American dream and what happens when it slips away. The middle class is supposed to be the backbone of stability, homeownership, decent jobs, a future for your kids, but in many places that dream is fading fast. We're diving into 5 US cities where the middle class is being squeezed like never before. This isn't just about numbers, it's about real families, teachers, nurses, and small business owners struggling to stay afloat. When 2 full-time incomes can't cover the basics, something's broken. These stories are a warning for the whole country. Let's get started. First stop, San Francisco, a city famous for its rolling hills, iconic bridges, and vibrant neighborhoods. It's the tech capital of the world, a symbol of relentless innovation, and ground zero for the collapse of the American middle class. The median home price here, around $1.5 million. That's not a mansion, not a luxury estate. Just a modest, unremarkable house that would cost a fraction elsewhere. Teachers, firefighters, nurses, the people who keep the city running, can't afford to live in the city they serve. Their salaries simply can't keep up with the soaring cost of living. Even renting is brutal. Families with good, stable jobs cram into tiny apartments, paying what would be a mortgage in most other cities, just for the privilege of a roof over their heads. The tech boom brought high salaries for a select few, but it also sent housing costs skyrocketing for everyone else, making the city unaffordable for most. We met the Garcias. Maria's a nurse, David's an electrician. Both work long hours, both are essential, but neither can afford to settle down here. They've moved 3 times in 5 years, each time farther from the city, chasing affordability and a sense of stability that always seems just out of reach. Even basic necessities are expensive. Groceries cost 30% more than the national average, making everyday life a constant financial struggle. Their commute, 2 hours each way, time lost to traffic and crowded trains, time they'll never get back with their family. The city's social fabric is unraveling. The people who coach Little League, run the PTA, and volunteer in the community are being pushed out, leaving neighborhoods emptier and less connected. San Francisco is becoming a city for the ultra-wealthy, with the service class forced to commute in from miles away just to keep the city functioning. Local businesses close their doors, replaced by high-end boutiques and coffee shops that most longtime residents can't afford to step into. This isn't just bad luck. It's the result of policy choices, restrictive zoning laws, and a global economy that rewards a few and leaves the rest behind. The system is rigged against the middle class. The Golden Gate is no longer an entrance, but an exit for the middle class, an escape route for those priced out of their own city. The city's soul is at stake. Its diversity, creativity, and sense of community are fading as more people are forced to leave. The crisis is real, and it's growing. Every day, more families face impossible choices about where to live and how to survive. If the people who build, teach, and heal can't live here, what's left? Who will keep the city alive? San Francisco's story is a warning for cities everywhere, a glimpse into a future where the middle class is squeezed out. The American dream is slipping away, one rent check at a time, as families struggle to keep up with rising costs. The middle class is being priced out of their own lives, forced to leave behind the communities they helped build. And the gap keeps widening, threatening the very future of the city and the promise it once held for all. Now Detroit, a city with a rich history and a challenging present. Once the heart of American industry, Detroit was a powerhouse, a symbol of progress and prosperity. Now it's a city fighting to hold on to its middle class, struggling to redefine itself in a new era. The auto industry built Detroit's neighborhoods and dreams, creating a vibrant community where hard work was rewarded. But as factories closed, so did the path to stability, leaving behind a void that has yet to be filled. Today, abandoned factories dot the landscape, silent reminders of a bygone era. But the real struggle is in the homes still occupied, where families fight to maintain a semblance of normalcy. Many neighborhoods are food deserts, no grocery stores, just gas stations and convenience stores with overpriced, low-nutrition food, making healthy living a challenge. For families, getting fresh produce means long bus rides and extra costs, a burden that weighs heavily on their daily lives. We met James, a retired auto worker who embodies the spirit of Detroit's past. His pension barely covers property taxes and soaring utility bills, a common story for many retirees here. He's forced to choose between medicine and heat, food and electricity, a heartbreaking reality for too many. Home values have plummeted, but the cost of living keeps rising, creating a paradox that traps residents in financial uncertainty. The old promise, work hard, buy a house, retire comfortably, is gone, replaced by a struggle to survive. The jobs that replaced factory work are low-wage, part-time, and offer no security, leaving workers vulnerable. Many work multiple jobs and still can't match what their parents earned at the plant, a stark contrast to the past. Generational poverty is taking root, with kids growing up in underfunded schools and neighborhoods with few opportunities, limiting their futures. Yet Detroiters show resilience, community gardens, neighbors helping neighbors, a testament to their enduring spirit. But grit can't replace a functioning economy, and the challenges remain daunting. Detroit's story is a warning. When a city relies on one industry and that industry collapses, the middle class pays the price, a lesson for all. The empty shelves and high bills aren't just headlines, they're daily life, a constant reminder of the struggle. The social contract is breaking down, leaving many to fend for themselves. Detroit is trying to reinvent itself with new businesses and opportunities, but for many, survival is the only goal. The middle class is fighting to stay afloat, battling against the tide of economic hardship. The American dream here is on life support, a fragile hope in a city of challenges. And the rest of the country should take note, for Detroit's story is a cautionary tale for us all. Next, New York City, the city that never sleeps and for the middle class, never stops taking. Housing is the central crisis. Median rent in Manhattan, over $4,000 a month. Teachers, city workers, artists, those who give the city its energy are being priced out. Supercommuters travel hours each way, sacrificing time and family just to keep their jobs. Even dual-income households are barely scraping by. We met Sarah and Ben, a graphic designer and a public school teacher. Their combined income should be comfortable, but in Brooklyn, it's barely enough. After rent, student loans, and childcare, there's little left. One unexpected expense could mean disaster. The dream isn't about moving up, it's about not falling behind. Everyday costs, transportation, groceries, a simple night out, chip away at what's left. People delay having kids, skip local events, and watch neighborhoods lose their vibrancy. The city is becoming a place of extremes, the ultra-rich in glass towers, everyone else squeezed into shrinking spaces. Policy choices, real estate speculation, zoning, lack of affordable housing fuel the crisis. The middle class is slowly being pushed out, becoming economic refugees. The iconic skyline hides a daily struggle for survival. New York's energy is now the frantic hustle to stay afloat. The middle ground is vanishing. The city's success is making it unlivable for those who built it. The American dream here is a daily battle, and the middle class is losing ground. Now Miami, a city sold as paradise, but for the middle class, the dream is fading fast. Inflation is sky high, wages are stagnant, and housing costs have exploded. Miami's become a magnet for wealthy outsiders, driving up rents and home prices. Local families are suddenly competing with remote workers and investors who can pay double. Elena, a lifelong Miamian and hotel worker, now commutes 2 hours from Homestead because she can't afford to live near her job. The city's economy runs on tourism and service jobs, but those workers can't afford to stay. Homeowners face soaring property taxes and insurance, sometimes higher than their mortgage. Even longtime residents risk losing their homes. Renting is unstable, owning is stressful, there's no safe harbor. Wages haven't kept up, especially for teachers, nurses, and other professionals. The gap between cost of living and pay is widening. The sun-soaked dream has become a scramble to make ends meet. People work multiple jobs, take on debt, and cut back on everything. Miami's vibrant culture is threatened by economic displacement. The city is turning into a luxury product, out of reach for its own people. Paradise now comes with a price tag most can't afford. The middle class is being pushed out of the picture. Miami's story is a warning for all boom towns. The American dream is slipping beneath the waves. Last stop, Los Angeles, the sprawling metropolis known for its glitz and glamour, the city of dreams. Unless you're in the middle class, where dreams often feel out of reach. The gap between rich and poor is a canyon, and the middle is falling in, struggling to find solid ground. Homelessness is everywhere, and it's not just the chronically homeless, it's families, teachers, and gig workers, all caught in a cycle of instability. One lost job or rent hike can push people from homes to cars or tents, turning lives upside down overnight. Housing costs are sky high. Median home prices top $800,000, and rents are out of reach for many. Most families can't buy, and renting is fiercely competitive, with lines stretching down the block. LA's sprawl means you need a car, so add car payments, insurance, and expensive gas to the bills. Food insecurity is rising, adding to the burden. Food banks see record demand, with working families in line, highlighting the growing need for assistance. We met a film crew dad and a school administrator mom, both striving to make ends meet. His work is inconsistent, and they rely on food pantries and credit cards to get by, a precarious balancing act. The shame and stress are real, even for those who work hard trying to provide for their families. The city is segregating by wealth. Mansions in Beverly Hills, crowded apartments just miles away, worlds apart. The middle class earns too much for help, but not enough to get ahead, caught in a financial limbo. Inequality fuels tension and hopelessness, sparking protests and calls for change. Social media flaunts wealth, while many can't pay the electric bill, a stark contrast to the curated images online. LA is becoming a paradise for the rich, purgatory for everyone else. As the divide widens, the dream factory is out of reach for its own people as opportunities dwindle. The struggles here are a warning. When housing, food, and transportation become luxuries, the social contract is broken, leaving many behind. Millions are left in constant precarity, living on the edge of financial ruin. The American dream in LA is fading fast, slipping away from those who need it most. And the middle class is caught in the middle, again struggling to find their place in a city of extremes. San Francisco, Detroit, New York, Miami, Los Angeles, 5 cities, one alarming truth. The American middle class is in crisis. Affordable housing, fair wages, and basic security are slipping away. These cities are just the start. Tremors are spreading nationwide. When the middle class falters, the whole country is at risk. This isn't about politics, it's about what kind of nation we want to be. The first step is seeing the problem and listening to these stories. What's happening in your city? What needs to change? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that matter.